Potsdam. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back talking about some of the greatest bangers and especially forgotten bangers that music has ever produced. Bum, bum, bum. Um, Today, I just can't help myself. I gotta go back to 1988, the year of so many great pop tunes. Um, and so today I want to focus on one of my favorite all time musical duos, the band Erasure. Um, Erasure, for those of you who may not have heard of them, were a synth pop duo that got their start back in England back in 1985 and are still going today. So, a musical career that has spanned 41 years and counting, with over, I don't know, like 200 songs written and tons of singles and albums and all that kind of good stuff to talk about. And so I'm focusing on today my favorite Erasure song, which may be a little bit of a unique choice for some people. Stop. Stop came out in late 1988, right around the time for the holiday season, to compete for sort of Christmas number one that year, which is a big deal in England for my American audience to have the number one Christmas song. And so Erasure released a extended play with four songs on it, called Crackers International. And the main song that really generated a lot of the airplay for Crackers International was Stop. There were also a couple other songs, The Hardest Part, Knocking on Her Door, and then a Christmas song called She Won't Be Home. And these four songs comprise Crackers International. And, I just loved the extended play. Stop was, I think, for me, not only my favorite Erasure song, but just one of the songs that, like, when I watched the video, just always made me chuckle. It was definitely kind of a low budget video. They were in between two big albums in their career, and so you could kind of tell they weren't putting a ton of money into this video. So there's a lot of play on sort of words in the video. They have a bunch of stop signs and other road signs in the background while they're performing, and they also do some other play on words. There's some discussion about soul, and of course they're referring to sort of the spiritual soul, but in the video you'll see them hold up like the Korean flag, South Korean flag, and make reference to the Seoul Olympics, which had just occurred earlier in '88, and then they also hold up a fish, the Seoul fish. So there's lots of little tongue-in-cheek kind of moments, and so I like the video, love the song, good high energy synth pop song. For those of you who don't know about Erasure, let's chat about them for just a moment. So Erasure is a synth pop duo formed in '85, like I said, comprised of lead vocalist Andy Bell and keyboardist musician Vince Clarke. Now, Vince Clarke, let's start with him because Erasure is really his kind of brainchild. Vince Clarke was a synth musician, electronic musician. It was really a big part of sort of 1980s new wave pop music in the UK. Been in a variety of kind of small bands and efforts. And his first kind of really big break that most people are aware of him for was he's one of the founding members of Depeche Mode, and wrote three of their kind of like bigger hit pop singles early on in their career. As Depeche Mode kind of took a darker turn, Vince Clarke left the group around, I think, like 83, 82 maybe, and he formed a new musical duo, Yazoo, And so Yazoo had a couple albums and were very successful. The album Upstairs at Eric's being one of the probably most known albums. And so it just kind of showed that Vince Clarke was just a really good, kind of songwriter and arranger and what have you. So a couple albums there, and then he moves on to another project, but then not with any kind of success really. So he auditions for a new project that he wants to create, which becomes Erasure, and Andy Bell saw an ad, auditioned. Vince Clarke really liked him, liked his sound, and they form Erasure, and in 1985 start churning out their first singles and what have you. And so they've sort of stayed together ever since. Erasure and their sort of high energy pop has been a staple, in England for years. They had some success in the United States. This song, Stop, wasn't necessarily one of them. This song went to number 2 in the UK Top 40 back in 1988, and they missed the Christmas number 1, unfortunately, by 1 spot. But that's okay. Still a great song. A great banger. Erasure became a bit of a LGBTQ IA plus icon, both in the UK and overseas. Andy Bell, openly gay singer, very flamboyant, gregarious on-stage personality, quite the showman, fun to watch in his on-stage performances, just moving around all the time. And the guy can sing the phone book. Like, I could listen to Andy Bell pretty much sing anything. And if they were to record him singing the phone book with Vince Clarke laying down some sick high energy pop beats on it, I would totally buy it. So what made them fun together is that Andy Bell is quite gregarious, like I said, very flamboyant. And Vince Clarke has always been sort of this stoic, quiet, I'm playing my synthesizer, I'm doing the electronic music in the background, sort of throughout his career. There's a little tongue-in-cheekness, but he's definitely the straight man in the duo. In that he's not sort of acting out, he's not doing anything to sort of bring attention to himself. In many ways, he's just there, almost like a set piece or furniture or a piece of equipment. But you see later on in their career that Vince Clarke has a bit of a sense of humor himself. In some later videos, it's just not always the first thing that we see. But Vince Clarke is an amazing songwriter. Like I said, amazing musician. Really has a lot that he's given to electronic music over the years, and has shaped a lot of sounds and a lot of music that I've listened to. And I am proud to say that I am a huge fan of Erasure, and particularly, like I said, this song in particular. So without any further ado, let's get right into it and listen to the banger Stop by Erasure. And of course, the song ends on the word stop. And I just realized as I was singing along there that I got my videos confused. The gags for Soul were actually in the video A Little Respect, which came out earlier in 1988. So you have to excuse me. I'm old. I'm in my terrible 50s. And I got those two things confused. But anyway, like I said, my favorite Erasure song by far. Again, there are many other commendable entries from Erasure's discography, but this is my personal favorite. I wish Andy Bell and Vince Clarke every bit of success in their continued musical journey. Vince, you are a musical maestro. Andy Bell, quite the showman, and I understand that your health it doesn't always allow you to jump around anymore on stage, but I will still gladly listen to any new music that you put out. So on that note, I just want to say thank you for stopping by and listening to another episode of the blog you can't stand to listen to. And I will see you in the next episode. This is your host, Dr. DJ Dave B, saying peace out, yo.